like, oh, we were supposed to be live 15 minutes ago. And I would always say, it doesn't matter.
Well, we got to blame the producer on that one. But we're live now.
Good. Good.
We did it. We
should be live now.
Exactly. Glad we agree.
Welcome to the Wit Grit podcast with Ian Price and Sean Duiser, as always, coming to you a little bit later. Why, Sean? Why are we later? Is it because the world hates us and we had a lot to do? Is it because you got stuck in the Charlotte traffic and you couldn't make it home? Or is it serendipity? Because our best bets have changed after the Friday practices ended and we found out some guys were inactive and we removed our best bet off the board. We'll tell you what it was and what it now is coming up after Sean hits the theme song. Oh, and we'll give Lando Norris his flowers real quick. Those are the things we're going to do.
Solid agenda.
Podcast, you know.
Welcome to Wit and Grit, where Ian and Sean break down sports betting, pop culture, or whatever's on their minds. The Wit and Grit podcast.
You want to go over some top NFL things to know before we dive in, or do you want to start on Lando?
Let's start on Lando.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Well, after we talked about how the qualifying was 1, 2, 3 for all of the drivers left competing for the Drivers' Championship in Abu Dhabi, Lando Norris held on. He did not shirk it. He did not get out of it. He didn't shank it. He didn't mess it up. He stayed in the hunt. Max Verstappen did what he could. He still won. Yep. Oscar got second. Outside of having a Mario Kart shell to drop or some sort of like banana peel, there's nothing they could really do to still be classy and win.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It was great season all around for McLaren, and to have it, go right down to the wire like this for the Drivers' Cup, that was pretty awesome.
I think that if I were a different type of person, I would say that the whole Max Verstappen last minute, like kind of drive on the end of the season.
Yeah.
A little bit of drama they were adding, right? They were just adding a little bit of drama, but I don't know how you would coordinate that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think that's just how it played out. You've got really talented drivers. It's going to come down to the wire like that.
I mean, you can always say, oh, storybook ending, but like a lot of storybooks end a lot of different ways.
Yeah, that's right. No, it was a fun season, man. I'm already excited for the next F1 season to get started.
And we'll have plenty on the F1 season coming up as our America team Cadillac gets full send. While me and Sean were in Asheville, we were talking to a guy with a McLaren jersey on, a bartender, and he's switching teams. He's a Cadillac guy as of March. America's going to be gaining. Hit it again.
Wait, what?
Anyways, let's move to the NFL.
Let's do it.
Unprecedented dogs. The Broncos are home underdogs versus the Packers this week. The Patriots are about 1 point home dog to Buffalo. Both teams are on a 10-game outright win streak entering this week since 1980. That's older than both of us. We've only seen 3 home dogs on a 10-plus game win streak, but only one featured both starting quarterbacks in the lineup. That was the 2005 AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh, where Ben Roethlisberger faced Tom Brady. Pitt closed at plus 2.5 and lost outright 41-27. So the last game in this spot before 2005 with both starting quarterbacks was the 1976 AFC title game between the Steelers and Raiders.
Good.
So, yeah, we don't even need, it's so long ago. Why even talk about that one? You got a cat sound effect over there?
I don't think so.
Meow. Panthers have not won or covered the spread in a game they were favored in since September of 2021. Oh, wait, guys, that stat sounds familiar. Did y'all do that a couple weeks ago? Because they still haven't done it.
Yep. Leading the division, likely to have a home playoff game at this point, but still haven't done that.
4 full years ago, they've lost 11 straight up and against the spread as a favorite. That's the longest straight up losing streak by any team as a favorite since the 1970 merger.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
That's insane. Yeah, so be wary. Wary?
Sean, you want to tell people about the public problem? You've been updating us on this every week.
Yeah, so according to the Action Network, all their betting data they gather, there's NFL teams getting 60% of tickets or more are going 50 and 84 against the spread, only 37% through 14 weeks. So, those 60+% ticket teams are below 500 against the spread in 13 of 14 weeks. And that 37% mark is the worst we've seen through 14 weeks in the 23-year history of the database.
I thought I read fast. You just threw all those numbers at people. They can't see them. So teams getting 60% of the public tickets are 37% through 14 weeks.
That's crazy.
The 37% mark is the worst in their 23-year history.
Everybody's getting a lot wrong.
Right. The public is.
Yeah.
Big numbers. Week 15 is the week for big spreads. Jaguars are double-digit favorites. CJ Stroud has made 46 career starts, and this is biggest line as a favorite. It's up to like -9.5 now.
It's crazy. There's so many big lines this week.
This is the biggest spread Caleb Williams has ever been favored by. The Colts are starting a 44-year-old possibly. They haven't even named a starter yet, technically. Do me a favor and pull up Adam Schefter's Facebook page for me.
Okay.
While I'm doing this, because if anyone's going to have the information on when the Colts decide if it's old man or rookie, he'll be the one to tell us.
Yeah.
So while Sean gets that ready for us, let's talk about as an underdog of 4 points or more as a duo. The Lions with Goff and Campbell are 17-3 against the spread, covering the spread by 5.2 points per game. As an underdog, Joe Burrow is 21-11 against the spread as a starter in his career. When Burrow closes as an underdog of 3 points or more, he's 10-11-1 straight up, 19-3 against the spread, covering the spread by 6.2 points per game. I do think this game is under 3 points now, but that's just worth noting in case it ticks up by Sunday, because Joe Burrow sounded sad at one press conference.
I know. People are blowing that out of proportion. That's crazy.
I know. I definitely am not betting on him to retire. I honestly wouldn't be shocked. I mean, like if somebody pulled an Andrew Luck and said this game hurts me too much and I don't love it anymore and I've made millions, like he's the next guy. He's in Cincinnati, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Couldn't find anything for you on all
right, just leave it up. Maybe we'll hit refresh by the end of the show.
Okay.
He could pull a Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
Sick of playing for the Bengals, so you retire for a year or two early. And then when the Bengals have no more choices and somebody like the Cardinals really, really wants you, you get traded for some sort of haul.
Yep.
It's like a multi-year holdout. Okay. Matt LaFleur coach teams in December have been dominant. He is 21-4 straight up, 14-10-1 against the spread. LaFleur has 8+ straight up losses every month during the football season. So as a head coach, Sean McVay for the Rams, 27-11 straight up. So 26-11-1 against the spread in the month of December. Okay. We're back in one of those, and the other one we might put a little bit of money on the Packers not winning.
Yeah.
And it's not my favoritism.
Right. No, I like the Rams in this one.
Okay, let's get to we got one more. Let's do Grandpa Energy. Tuesday morning, the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers signed with the Colts, going first on their practice squad after Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, was lost for the season due to an Achilles injury.
Hate to see that.
Rivers opened up around 40-1 to win Comeback Player of the Year before being quickly bet down to about 12-1 odds just an hour after signing. The current third option behind Christian McCaffrey and Dak Prescott.
Wow.
Who have clearly had better. Okay, so let's get into our best bets. But first, the Wit and Grit podcast includes gambling-related discussion, opinions, and advice intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. We, Ian Price in Virginia and Sean Duiser in North Carolina are not attorneys, financial advisors, or licensed bookmakers. Nothing said on this podcast should be taken as professional or legal advice. Listeners are solely responsible for their own gambling decisions. Always gamble legally and responsibly. We're not liable for any losses, decisions, or actions taken based on the content of this show. Need help? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. And we will be talking in units as we go through our best bets. Sean, for anybody who's new or anybody who forgot, maybe they fast forward through this part. What is a unit?
10% of the budget you have for gambling.
10% of the money you set aside to lose this week. Exactly. Set aside whatever money you know. Like, if everything goes wrong, you could lose that money and your life will go on. That's what you set aside to bet. Then you break it down into units on a 10% basis. As I alluded at the top of the show, we were on Eagles, minus 11.5 as our best bet early in the week. But once Kenny Pickett was announced as the Raiders starter, and Philly ruled out Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter, we pulled the spread off the card. The Eagles now only show up on the money line parlay options. We still think they win, just don't want to lay nearly 2 touchdowns with those injuries.
Right. Not as confident now.
And at over 10 points, is there any juice there?
Likely.
You know what we are confident in?
What's that?
The Chiefs are dead, right? They're dead. 16% chance to make the playoffs. Can't win the division now. Right. Who would bet on them? Us. Chiefs -6 versus the Chargers. They had to get on the third string in their offensive line Monday night against Philly.
Yeah.
The Chargers to win that game needed Jalen Hurts to throw what? 5?
3? I think 3. Or no, 4, but then a fumble. Something like that.
Yeah. He had to turn the ball over an insane amount of times for them to win that game in a dramatic fashion. So
right. Fumbled twice on one play, or turned the ball over twice on one play.
Will Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid get back to the Super Bowl? I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. But I don't think they're eliminated from the playoffs before week 16. Specifically with the injuries that they've been dealing with on the Chargers line all year.
Yeah,
so
I agree. That's a good one.
It's a 2-unit bet. It's our best bet of the week. If you look at the records, it kind of messes you up. But matchup-wise, the hidden edge is the Chiefs' defense versus that shaky Chargers offensive line. When Casey's pass rush gets home, those long-developing Chargers concepts turn into sacks, throwaways, and drive-killing downs.
Yep. And they don't even have to be, the vintage 35-point Chiefs here. If they're just average in the red zone and avoid those self-inflicted wounds, 6 is a really coverable number for them.
And here's our big problem. We usually never bet Mahomes this close because he doesn't win by this much, right?
Right. Yeah, no, very rarely.
But do we think that we're the only ones that have heard everybody talk about the Chiefs being dethroned, they're done, they're kaput? Do you think they've got radio, podcast, television?
I bet.
Yeah. I see Mahomes angry. I see the Chiefs coming in angry. Specifically, if the Chiefs defense is angry, we'll be golden.
Yeah, fighting for their lives.
Now, let's see if we can find the actual spread on this one before I give it out. Give me 1 second. But what do you think of it before we even tell the audience?
I like backing the Chiefs here. Selfishly, I think I want the Chargers to win the game, but I think it's a wise move to back the Chiefs in this spot.
I meant the next pick that I didn't tell the audience about.
I see.
They don't know about it.
I thought you meant the line to this game. Why are you whispering?
Because I didn't want the audience to hear me correcting you. That's so rude, we don't need that on the team.
My
window's not cooperating.
Are we looking at Bears Browns?
I'm trying real hard. The stupid window won't work. Oh, I hate it. They're at the very bottom for no reason. I'm seeing 7.5s across the board. Yep. We're backing Caleb Williams in the biggest spread of his career. Do you feel good about that?
Against the Browns, I think I do. Yeah. The Bears they're in the 1 seed in the NFC, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they were last weekend.
Right. And the Browns are the Browns. I know the defense is real there, but Yeah, I like the Bears to take care of business here.
We like this as a classic good team versus broken offense spot.
Mhm.
Bears are 9-4 and fully alive in the playoff and seeding race. Browns are 3-10 and still trying to figure out what they are on offense. It's not good, whatever it is. I mean,
no, it's not.
Shadir Sanders throws for 350 yards and the Browns lose to the Titans. That's amazing.
That's nuts. And the Bears defense here doesn't even need to be dominant, just more competent, really. The Browns offense struggles to sustain drives, to protect the quarterback and avoid those negative plays. So that sets up short fields and tilted time of possession in Chicago's favor.
And on the other side, the Bears offense is good enough that with normal field position, 24-27 points are very much on the table. I don't see the Browns getting into the mid-20s without multiple fluky turnovers going their way.
Right. So we're comfortable above the key number of 7 there because the blowout script is live here. You know, once the Bears get a 2-score lead, the Browns aren't really built to pass their way back into this one.
And these projections, just to go back real quick, these projections last week were money. Our Commanders bet was bad.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
So bad.
Rams hit. AI said to take the Titans plus 4.5, as we just alluded. Hit.
Yep.
We backed the Steelers plus 6. Hit. If the Eagles hadn't lost to the Chargers in such spectacular fashion, our three-way money line parlay would have hit.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sean were together in Asheville, North Carolina, getting ready to go to a show. Actually, we had finished a show as we're watching the end of this game, and then we're like, oh, great. Lose it now. We had to wait till the end of the Monday night game to see how our parlay played out. Now we lose. Fantastic.
Yep.
So overall, though, you would have made money if you followed us last week.
Yes, sir.
We love him. We said he's great in December, and we're backing him on a unit. Rams -6. Yes.
All right.
Those whole Golf and Campbell stats together are one thing, but Ben Johnson's gone, and I'm not buying him anymore.
Right.
We got to see what they are now. So this
Boy,
is
Ben
a
Johnson
one-unit
was
bet.
important, huh?
I am when you get hired by the Bears as a head coach, everyone's assumption is you weren't that important and they were duped. But for once, it seems like they actually did grab the talented guy.
Yep. Good for them.
And they did it from a divisional opponent for once.
Even better for them.
They stopped just randomly hiring Kansas City offensive coordinators. Like,
Yep.
I don't know who had to tell them that Andy Reid's the offensive coordinator, but I'm glad someone finally did.
Yeah. You can't have that one.
I mean, the Rams are balanced enough just to create a favorable matchup. And, Stafford still punishes single coverage when defenses try to load up on the run or the blitz. So
Right.
he's playing fantastic. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams are in like the top 5, top 10 for receivers this year.
Yeah. And, more often than not, we like the head coach QB edge at home, especially with the more complete team.
Yeah. So that's a one-unit bet. Smaller edges we see, and these are, the computer put these down, but I'm just going to give you the bets. Ravens -2.5. It goes against the Bengals underdog stat, but under a field goal, this is a trusty, more complete team play. Ravens are better in the trenches, more physical and less volatile week to week than this 4-9 Bengals team. But that's not one I'm backing.
Right. Yeah, that's a scary one, right? Division game. You got to respect the chaos factor there. That's why it's, 0.75 units instead of 1.5 or 2. Like the edge, just not going to pretend it's a slam dunk.
Right. And when the computer grades anything out under a unit, we use grain of salt.
Yep.
Okay, so those are all the best bets we have against the spread. Just to review the best bets against the spread for you guys, Chiefs -6 versus the Chargers, 2 units. Bears -7.5 versus the Browns, 1.5 units. And Rams -6 versus the Lions, a 1-unit play. And if you're looking for some more action, we might sprinkle the Ravens -2.5. Woo! What a rush. Okay, let's go to favorites, moneyline parlays. So, not necessarily that we're going to put all these picks together, but these are all the picks our computer system seems to see as options for the parlay. The main favorites it likes. Texans, heavy. Around -155 or -550. How about that? Even worse. Jaguars money line versus the Jets, it's around minus 1,000. Like these big spreads are out of control. 49ers money line versus the Titans, that's around minus 950. Seahawks money line versus the Colts is around minus 1,100. And then, of course, I alluded to it, the Eagles money line over the Raiders, which is actually a bit closer to a normal number. So what happens if you put all of those heavy favorites together? Do we even make money, Sean?
That's a good question. I mean, it's going to be.
I'm going to put them in. Tell me how you feel about each of those individually.
Okay. Texans over Cardinals. Yeah, I think I like that. Texans are playing some better ball right now. They've
won us money 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Yep. Jags against the Jets. The Jets are always just doing Jets things, and the Jags likewise are looking better than people were giving them credit for earlier in the season for sure.
Do we still like the Jags given the fact that the Jets are starting a UDFA? I mean, it should make the Jaguars better, but it also brings in the whole hasn't started in the NFL, might do things they don't see coming.
I don't see it.
Right. I'm just saying that at minus 1,000.
Yeah.
Is it still worth it with that small possibility to even put in the parlay? Like it takes us all right, so 525, just that and the Texans alone, 324, still negative. All right, keep going.
Okay. The Niners against the Titans, that feels like a no-brainer. You've got just a team when the Titans.
They're minus 1,000, yep.
Struggled hard to win against the Browns. Seahawks over Colts. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to say much more. The Seahawks are a very good team, and the Colts now, without a real quarterback, I don't know what they're going to do. Eagles over Raiders. Yeah, I don't love that Lane Johnson is out, but I guess that's why that one's not quite at minus 1,000 yet.
Yeah, it's not quite there, but I mean,
like they're definitely the better team. The Eagles.
Yeah.
No.
If you put all 5 of those together, it's still minus 123. Like it doesn't even pay out that well at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's our favorites parlay for the week. If you feel like laying the juice for no reason, I mean, you'll win money. You won't win a lot of money.
Like all 5 of those, you can break them down. Like there's no, all of those should hit.
The Eagles is the one that worries me, that the Raiders might get their 3rd win with Kenny Pickett in his revenge game, because he's the one guy on the field for that team that might care.
I don't see it. Where is the game?
Great question. Oh wait, the Eagles game. Eagles are at home.
Yep. Yeah. I
so
like
should we? All right. So are we still going to put this bet in at 123? Is it worth it?
I think that's approaching, double money there.
Not at all. It's minus 123.
Yeah, I know. It's like getting
plus 100's double. Minus 110 is 90 cents on the dollar. Minus 123 is like 80 cents on the dollar.
Right. So you're getting there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's still worth it. Like, those things are all going to hit. I think we picked all home teams too. I'm double checking that.
If I put a full unit on it, yeah.
Yeah, everyone we like is the home team too. So not only are they favorites, they're home favorites, and like very much better than their opponent.
Okay. So we're putting it in, even though it's really just a basic bet. Yep. I'm going to put a unit on it because of how short it is and how little it pays out.
There you go.
It's in. Yep. And now it's in. Boom. We're done. Okay. Now let's go to our new segment for our dogs. We came up with a funny name for it. We're going to start calling this our pocket change segment. Basically just games where we feel like you could, just a couple of really plus money picks that you could throw whatever pocket change you have at. Don't throw a ton of money. We're not giving you a unit size. We're just going to break them down and you decide.
I like it.
Oh, I forgot. We had it tighter. We could have tightened that a little bit with the Panthers and the Cowboys money line if you think the Panthers will beat the Saints, but that could also fit in this segment. I like the Panthers to break that history and actually win as a favorite. What do you think?
Get revenge against the Saints and really almost lock in their spot, as the number 1 in the NFC South.
But if you look away from the Panthers angle, Tyler Shuck, if he beats the Panthers and he beats the Jets, will have the most wins among rookie quarterbacks for the year.
Right.
He's more than 100-1 right now for rookie of the year. But there's a better than non-zero path for him to do that. He wasn't great in the last game, but reports are that it was raining so hard. He would like let it rip and like just immediately be rubbing his eyes, like couldn't even watch where the ball went.
Right.
So, and as far as the Cowboys money line, I don't know about that. We clearly don't have a read on the Vikings, so I don't want to step in that again after what they did to us.
No.
But back to the pocket change segment. Your boys, the Dolphins, are our number one pick for pocket change dart. Everyone thinks the Steelers are going to win this. It's in Pittsburgh. They're saying they've hidden Tua for weeks, right? They've been hiding Tua for weeks. So now we need to expose him and he's going to lose. But wait, TJ Watt had a collapsed lung from needling. So he's in the hospital. His timetable for return is uncertain, but Schefter said he is not going to be here for the Panthers game on Monday night. You take out TJ Watt. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, we used to just blindly bet the Steelers if TJ Watt played and not bet them if he didn't.
Right.
He has not been that impact of a player this year, but he is still missing time, and they're not going to be better without him. So at plus 142, that's one of our first pocket change picks. What would you say?
Yeah, I think it's worth a little bit. Yeah, I like the angle of TJ Watt missing time. Like you said, the Dolphins have kind of been hiding Tua behind the Achane production, and Achane's kind of in a gray area right now in terms of his availability. So that's something to consider. I think that's why it landed in the segment, right? It's not like a surefire thing, but we could see a path to some money here.
If there's some chaos with all these big favorites,
Yeah. I mean, Miami, I think, has proven that while Achane's obviously one of the top backs in the NFL right now, that the scheme is working. You got running backs like Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon that can get in there and rack up numbers too. So we'll see what happens.
Commanders money line at the Giants. Wait, didn't he just say we learned something from the Vikings? Oh, it wasn't that the Commanders are terrible because Jaden Daniels has been ruled out. And wait a minute. We trust Marcus Mariota more?
Wait, what?
Nice. The Giants are 2-11, and they're favored. That alone tells you how ugly the matchup is. Instead of playing around with a tiny spread between two bad teams, we just take the plus money side that we think wins more often than the market suggests. So again, pocket change only, but what are the Giants winning for? They don't even have a head coach.
Right. No, I get it. I think Jackson Dart's having a lot of fun when he's out there and is, a rising star. So that's something to consider. I think they can pop on offense, the Giants.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Right.
It's a good point. You're bringing up a good point. That's the reason it's a pocket change pick.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Broncos money line. They're only 2.5 point dogs, but we've got an 11-2 Broncos team at home catching plus money against a 9-3-1 Packers team that the market loves on underlying metrics. So we're leaning into the spot and the record. Denver's defense has been good enough that if they don't gift the Packers extra possessions with turnovers or special teams disasters, this is a very live home dog spot.
Right. No overreacting, no one unit plays, anything like that. Still a small edge, but plus money on a strong home team worth a little bit.
And I think the Packers have only won a game in Denver in recent memory. It was when Jay Cutler was still there.
Shoo.
Brett Favre and Jay Cutler. Think about that.
Oh my gosh.
So those are our pocket change picks. If you want a couple of darts to throw out, Dolphins money line, Commanders money line, Broncos money line, and then our favorites that we really liked. We don't see how these miss. Texans money line versus the Cardinals, Jaguars money line versus the Jets, 49ers money line versus the Titans, and the Seahawks money line versus the Colts, as well as the Eagles money line versus the Raiders. We did all five. It gave us minus 123 on the book we used. So Use your best judgment. No, we're not going to get rich on this parlay, but as Sean pointed out, if you're going to take on 5 legs, we want 5 pretty sure things.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's fun to see big numbers, like plus 1,000 on your app or whatever, but like, come on, like, let's just take what we can get here with these kind of don't be stupid picks.
Yeah, and if you want to get risky, you want to raise it a little bit, take out some of those minus 1,000s and throw in the Panthers money line and just hope that this is the first time they're favored and can do it.
Yep.
In 4 full years.
That's really the only reason I would think to even doubt them at all in this matchup is because they just haven't done it. But like everything else about the matchup and the season and everything tells you to take them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite bet that we have for this week, given now that we've just talked about all of them? Which of these really struck you as like, man, I love that?
I think Bears over Browns is a pretty good one.
By at least 8, right?
1.5. Yeah. I really like that. And then I was already kind of leaning Chiefs, thinking they were going to win, but you kind of sold me on it, talking them up. And I know you hate doing that too. So I know it's coming from a place of authenticity.
Exactly. I hate the Chiefs, but also if the Chargers lose, it's not terrible for the Broncos' chances of sealing the division. So
yeah. But I think our top best bets, honestly, those number 1 and 2 are my favorites.
Awesome. I love the Chiefs. I love the Rams. Tried and true things that have been winning for me when I back them. Those are the 2 I like. Last question before we call it a pod.
All right.
And maybe help me if I'm being biased here. Packers.
Yeah.
Biggest trap of the week for the public.
I would say so. The Broncos are really good. So yeah,
that's what I think too. I think everyone is talking about how the Packers will win and all this stuff and like forget the records, blah, blah, blah. It feels it's got public trap written all over it, which is why we want to throw some pocket change on the Broncos money line when everybody's crying over their Packers against the spread picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think this might be another game that plays into the stats we alluded to, early at the top of the podcast with the public having a back go out at this season.
Exactly, and they're all on the Packers, and I haven't talked any smack to anybody.
There we go.
Just let everyone underestimate Sean Payton and Bo Nix a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the Wit and Grit podcast. That's your quick NFL look. In and out faster than ever before. Oh, did you hear In and Out's moving to Tennessee?
Not faster than Lando Norris, though.
Oh, nice. I'm old enough to remember when In and Out didn't go further west than Las Vegas.
Right. You mean further east?
Right, further east. Sorry. Yeah. But now they're going to be in Middle Tennessee. So
there we go.
Let's go get a burger sometime, Sean.
And all right, in a neighboring state. Why not?
We can both travel. It's a good burger.
All right, well, everybody, enjoy the games this week. We'll talk to y'all next week. Maybe. Holiday week. Ian and I haven't gotten together on that yet. So
next week's going to be tricky because I'll be in Mississippi, but maybe we'll record. Maybe we'll be taking a week off. We'll see what happens.
Either if we don't talk to you, everyone have a great holiday and look forward to being back with you soon.
Peace.